Okay, we are right back into another Dragon Ball Super card game video. Yes, this one is about Yamcha. Wow, it's still pretty crazy that we have a Yamcha leader in the DBS card game, but yeah, we do. And this is a DBS Shenanigans video, most likely going to be 10 minutes. I don't think it's going to be that long, maybe, who knows. But I definitely wanted to go through the Yamcha leader, and as well as probably the best Earthling card now, other than like Unyielding or something. I'll get into that. Everybody's pal Yamcha, and I'll kind of explain why he's so good through a lot of different examples and the targets that you could be getting with him. So first off, for Yamcha himself, the OG, the man in the Dragon Ball outfit right then there with the wolf, the hungry wolf. He is definitely a sparking slash burst leader. On the front side, you have to mill 2 in order to draw a card. Just remember that this is optional, so you don't have to do it if you're going against a Janemba leader. Just as a reminder, you don't have to mill 2 if you don't want to, but in order to do this or any of this as far as sparking, you have to meet the requirements to do that. So you have to mill 2. I'm just as a quick reminder. Anyway, if you're 4 or less, you untap 2, and then his sparking effect is 5 in the drop. You have to have 5 cards in your drop, and when it attacks, you draw 1 card. If you don't have 5 in the drop, yet again, as a reminder, you don't draw a card, and it doesn't gain critical. Him being a critical leader is just awesome, and I think he is the second critical red leader other than the Majin Vegeta. I'm pretty sure that's a thing, and I'm pretty sure also that every single leader except for yellow has a critical leader. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just pulling that out my butt. But anyway, his activate main, choose one red battle card in your battle area, and it can attack battle cards in the active mode. So when he first came out, it was actually really interesting to see. That's just passed by, and I believe there is a Yamcha in the top 32. Hopefully by the time that I post this, I will be going over the deck list. If not, well, oh well. It's just going to be very interesting to see that, but at the time of the recording, I just don't have the deck list, so I can't tell you what was in it, but I can tell you what are the things that you should be putting in your Yamcha deck. And then there is everybody's pal Yamcha, which should go into a Yamcha deck. I really don't see why not, because he is all about Earthlings, he is all about red, which a lot of the red cards are Earthling cards. So the card is just auto when it attacks. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose 1 Earthling among them and add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So at face value, it doesn't seem like much, but just him being a 2-drop, yes, 2 red, you have to pay 2 red, but oh well. Which is why it's really good in mono red, and again, I'll go into that. He's a 5k 0 cost combo, etc, 15k. Just a 15k 2 costs is really good. Him being almost $10, which seems about right. He was like less than $4 or $5 before, and now after nationals he's been getting some traction. Thankfully I have 3 foil, just need 1 more, so haha. But if anything, he is a tournament pack card, so if you haven't gone to your locals to compete, go do it. Anyway, let's kind of go into the targets for both of these cards. So when we're talking about the Yamcha leader, he really is really based on just a little bit of aggro and a lot of the red archetype. Like him and himself can play other colors like yellow and blue, but really red is the sweet spot for him, not only because of the burst mechanic and being complemented with all the new sparking, but also with the critical just being really aggro in that way, and then all of the red battle card in your area, which again, it's a requirement, it has to be a red battle card, it can't be any battle card, it's best just to play red. So when we're talking about this, and you'll probably see this in the deck list when it comes out, if not in any other Yamcha deck, there's a lot of different cards that you should be playing. The first one that does come to mind is obviously the Active Image Technique, which is the red card in which you choose one card and it gets 40,000 power for the battle, and then you minus 10k for something else. Baba, which now is, by the way, $13.99 with a $1.99 shipping, which doesn't have any other sort of shoppers. It just got bought out during the Nationals on stream. Shout out to Dusty for making his call out for that, and as well as his Yamcha deck on stream. That was pretty cool. And then the guy who played on stream against Storm, who won the first game. This is most likely pretty much this is the card that caused the bot, or that was the match that caused this bot out. Anyway, the reason why she's so good is because with him, and just in general for any red deck, you play her, you choose one of your earthling cards and it gains in your leader area or your battle area, and gains 5k for the duration of the turn. So him now, or he becomes a 25,000 critical, 35,000 with double striker. With Kai, don't forget to announce your auto. And any other card can get buffed up, and in correlation with anything else like Planet M2 that can minus 5k for something else. It's just really good control for that. So when you start building these decks, start taking a look at these cards and understanding how these minus 5k, minus 10k or whatever kind of works in your favor to do it. So one of the things that was brought up was that when you combo this card, you draw one card and you choose one of their battle cards, minus this 5k for the duration of a turn. So you can basically, it basically acts as 2 to 3 cards. So when you combo with it, it's well, let's put it this way: if you play the card and it gains 5k, now it's at 20, and then 25 for sparking, and I'm sorry, he doesn't gain 5k, but still 20 critical. I got that wrong, sorry about that. But when you do combo with it, it becomes 25, and then you do end up drawing a card. And then if you're attacking something, let's say if you had a victorious strength Gohan and you were comboing with it, now it's 20k. Now that is minus 5k for whatever you're attacking, and it can attack in active mode, still can attack in active mode, and now it acts as a 10k. So that sort of interaction is really important to understand. And with the minus Planet M2 minusing 5k for that turn, or for that battle, it is basically a 15k. So you just have to kind of think about that when building the deck and playing it. So other notable cards are obviously these cards that KO something and lose a damage. Terra Assault Frost basically can kill anything from or with Yamcha, because you can attack in battle active mode. This can attack something in active mode, and at the end of the battle it can KO it no matter what. And against Hercule, it will always inflict 1 damage, so that's a really good counter against Hercule. And for Miraculous Comeback Gohan, if you have 4 or less, you can play it for 2. And then if you KO something, which 25,000, especially with Baba, and especially with Planet M2, they're most likely not going to be able to get over this 25k, boosted into 30, and minus pretty much 10k for their side. So it's a really good finisher. And not to mention this Yamcha at 100%, where you burst 5, activate main, burst 5, and then it gains 6k power, which is just 25 basically. It can't be negated, and it deals 2 damage when it KOs a battle card. So this is pretty much the best card for the Yamcha leader. If you aren't playing it already, then you probably need to rethink about that. It's just so strong. It's just so much strong. It's so very strong. This, and coupled with the Baba, are really good cards with the Yamcha, and as well as the Gohan. But with him not being able to negate is really crazy. And then of course this is just the old school promo Vegeta. And then of course, when building a board with a double shot, same kind of concept as Pan, and having all these things on board with double strike, it's pretty damn good. But now let's go through Yamcha, everybody's pal, because for him, he has a lot of good targets. Just as a reminder, he pretty much can get any Earthling. It doesn't have a restriction. It doesn't have a restriction for leader as well, so you can play this in any sort of deck but the top 3 is a little bit of a short range. But as long as you play a lot of Earthlings, probably half your deck in ratios, I think you'll be perfectly fine. What really comes to mind are all of the red cards first. So like the red cards here, the Deadly Defender, Chain Attack, the other Yamcha, obviously the Yamcha that we just talked about, and then the BOI, which was designed for this Yamcha anyway. So you can get your super combos, which both Bulma and as well as Master Roshi is an Earthling, or are Earthlings, and you can get your super combos. Obviously, Dependable Bulma is a target, which for this one, honestly, with the draw and as well as the plus 5k, kind of goes in with the other things that I was talking about to boost up your battle cards and KO something and cause that damage. This one, and as well as Chain Attack Trunks, can be searched with the Everybody's Pal Yamcha, and the reason why I really love it is because it's so good in Pan and because of Chain Attack. So when you play it in Pan, it gains 5k, you draw for that, he's attacking for 20k, and then when you do that, you gain that card advantage with searching another Earthling, which for Pan, naturally, she kind of has quite a bit, and if you just add in some more of these Earthlings, it's not going to be a bad idea either. Of course, you can get the Videls. There's some other Videls out there. I think there's a couple more in the yellow that I'll show, but this counter attack in which you just pay 1 and counter attack, I mean, that's really good. The Deadly Defender Krillin is also a target. The Yamcha with this one where you play it, or really you combo from the combo area, and you can add a card from your life and then choose one red Yamcha, which this is the only target because it specifies for that one. With the brackets, you play that in for free. So Self-Awakening and then a free 2k or 2 cost 20k is not too bad. You won't see it too much as far as the play goes because it is just 2 costs. It's just kind of costly for that. I much rather play the Everybody's Pal Yamcha, but that's just me. And of course, Yamcha at 100%. But expanding out, I think the next best color for Yamcha is probably yellow because of all the targets that Yamcha can actually get and can play with. Obviously, I would probably splash red or splash yellow with red, so that way you can have the things that we were talking about before with Yamcha 100% and Miraculous Comeback, etc., etc. Like these two, obviously, let me just fix this. These two obviously are going to be pretty interesting together if you do play Yamcha's or Everybody Pals Yamcha. I tried it with a Pan deck, it wasn't too bad, in which both of these are Earthlings, and in Pan at least you can play the Krillin. If you have multiple Chaozus on board, you can draw for each one and then draw for the Pan effect, and he is going to be swinging for 25,000 or maybe even more if you're going to be using something like Baba or Planet M2 to reduce them. And then of course the Roshis or the old man, the grandpas, still have to get that grandpa galactic grandpas on board, but or as a deck profile, but that's another time. Obviously these guys can be used for draw, and again that yellow splash with this with the red is going to be very interesting to search these guys out, so that's the thing. The Videl, if you're playing like a 1-2 swap red Yamcha, would be kind of interesting. So I mean that's always an option to kind of search out and to see. So you have the Goten searching top 3, and then this guy searching top 3 for the rest of your Earthlings. I just wouldn't know how that would look, but could be interesting to see. The Krillin, in which you choose up to one of their opponent's battle cards, or their leader cards or battle cards, and switch it to rest mode. I think this is kind of underrated, but probably won't see too much play. I think for really any sort of small drops, you're going to be wanting to attack anyway for the Yamcha 100% or something else. I think if you're not playing Yamcha, in which you're not awakened or you're just not playing him, where you can attack something in active mode, Everybody's Pal with this man in order to attack with the Miraculous Comeback or something else that causes damage when you KO it, is actually going to be a pretty good option to do that. It's just like Ranfran, and it's just like the promo Bulma. The Unending Moves Yamcha with the TN, which is not, I just didn't put it up here, are searchable. This guy has Barrier, the other guy has Critical. Here he is. He has Double Strike. So he has Double Strike and Barrier, and choose one to KO it, and draw 2, and then choose one of theirs in rest mode to KO it. So Interesting. Doesn't have a leader restriction, so you can play that in anything. It's just 4 costs. It's just kind of costly. If this was 2 and 3, and you remove one of the effects, it would be pretty damn good. And of course, any of the Bulmas would be a good target. Explorer and Bulma to draw and untap 2 is still going to be good. Probably the next color, obviously, because of Senzu Bean and all the other splashable things, especially the new Goku that's going to come out in the theme booster, are going to be pretty interesting. If you're not going to be playing the Yamcha leader, you can get the Unyielding Spirit Trunks from Search. So that's the thing. I don't know if anybody's been seeing or trying to think about that, but that is a thing, definitely. If you're playing Soul Striker, which you probably won't be because of the 2 red requirement, you can still play all red and then search out the blue, or play blue or splash blue and search out the Trunks as a target. So still pretty damn awesome. And if you're going to be playing Hope in Hand with the Vegeta, that's a thing. Also, you can search a shoe. Like, that is just wild. That is busted AF. And then we got Peel Off. So if you need that as a sideboard card, hey, there you go. And then Yajirobe, obviously you can see it here. Some of these other cards, the Krillins, I just kind of put these out there just as an archetype type of thing for Earthlings. The Krillins are probably going to be a little bit more important when it comes to the new set with the new Goku. And then pretty much any Trunks card can be searched with the the Everybody's Pal Yamcha. So these are pretty much the main targets, I would say, for now. I'm sure there's others, but for me, Time Patrol Trunks is going to be definitely a 3 to 4 in my pan deck in order to get the draw for him, be searchable for him, and be able to play him with Overwhelm right after. Same thing for him. Like if you're playing like all red or mainly red, I don't know, Overwhelm deck like Massade, I don't know. Listen, I just put the ideas out there. Same thing for him. Like honestly, if you like if it is 5 or more, you know, leader card is black. Like all 3 of these things kind of point to Massade, and you just have to play it carefully and build it carefully to do that. So this is kind of a short sort of thing to kind of put those ideas out there when it comes to Everybody's Pal Yamcha, because as you can see, it kind of revolves a lot and gives a lot to Earthling support. And I would definitely encourage you to kind of go out there and start putting some colors together, or just put mono red together and see how that works. And consider the things that I was just saying before. So let me know what you think. I will continue to do this. I just want to get this idea out there, and as well as a couple of other ideas I'm working on that I just haven't had the time to get around. And that way I can focus on some more set 5 decks and release those, especially since we have a lull in between pretty much Nats that just ended and the next theme booster. So in between there's going to be a kind of a weird time, but I will be going over the previews, and I will be trying to put out some more stuff about the meta, more stuff like this for the Shenanigans, and as well as making sure to finish some ideas. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.